Alright, due to requests, we're going to check out Death Battle Shredder versus Silver Samurai. Ninja Turtles versus Marvel, basically. Now, I ain't going to front. I'm going to choose Silver Samurai, even though I know Shredder more. There's some things about Silver Samurai I don't remember, but I know a nice amount about Shredder. And I don't see how, with the little bit I know of Silver Samurai, I don't even know, even with the little bit, excuse me, I can't see Shredder being Silver Samurai. Now, I've been wrong before, and it's okay if I'm wrong, but maybe there's something about Shredder I don't know about, which they'll break down. But off the bat, I saw Silver Samurai, and I'm like, yeah, their combat's going to be cool, but at the end of the day, Silver Samurai has more. Unless I missed something. So I'm going to choose Silver Samurai, and I love Shredder, though. I love Shredder. You know what's underrated, in my opinion? The Ninja Turtles live action movies, 1 and 2. I actually enjoyed them. The second one less than the first. The first one to me was really good, but it never hit that peak of entertainment for people where it's still making movies. After the second one, they started making all these other projects of Ninja Turtles, and I'm like, dang, so it didn't do well, huh? And the second one, yes, it was entertaining enough to see it for the first time, but it didn't have that staying factor like the first one did. So, I don't know. I wish they kept going with it and just make a better script, I guess, in my opinion, for the third one. But, it takes money to make it. So, but in my opinion, that was an underrated, the first two was underrated. Well, that was the only two, the live action. Hopefully they do it again, because I thought, for the most part, it was done well. All right, here we go. I'll put the original video in the description below.
Hundreds of years ago, the samurai and the ninja battled across Japan. And these two fascinating ways of combat have been at odds ever since.
The Shredder, the sharp and
I
shiny
love
arch
Shredder,
villain
though.
of the Ninja Turtles. And
I like him
Silver
versus
Samurai,
Batman. I don't know if
the
you've seen
mutant
that cartoon.
swordsman who can slice through anything.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Yeah, but there's a movie called Batman Meets Ninja Turtles,
Beneath
and
the
that is a
streets
really
of
good
New
movie.
York
There's
City, a secret battle
moment with him versus Shredder. I love it. I love it.
wages between 4 humanoid turtles and a ninja covered in blades known as the Shredder.
A kitchen utensil?
Many legends surround the Shredder's origins. Some say he's the reincarnation of an ancient Japanese warrior.
I will say that about Shredder with the live action movie. I didn't like the whole mechanic robot thing they made of Shredder in the first one. I was like, oh man, I wanted the ninja, even though in the way he still was, but you know what I'm saying, that big old robot machine thing. I wasn't a fan of that.
Some say he's an alien disguised as a man, and some say he's a bumbling idiot who sounds like Uncle Phil.
But I don't want to conquer this place. I want to conquer Earth.
Either way, every legend agrees on one thing. He's an absolute badass.
Rest in
Before
peace
he
to Uncle
was
Phil.
called
I
the
forgot he did
Shredder,
voice
He
Shredder.
was a Rokusaki, a member of the Japanese ninjutsu Foot Clan. He trained alongside his rival, Hamato Yoshi.
They weren't just rivals in martial arts, but in the search for love as well. They both pined for the lovely lady Tang Shen, but unfortunately for our future Shredder, she only had eyes for Yoshi. Hamato Yoshi, not the dinosaur, that'd be weird.
Jealous, a Rokusaki attacked Yoshi, but in his rage, accidentally struck down Tang Shen.
Dang, I didn't know this story at all.
Leaving Yoshi and his beloved for dead, Saki took over the Foot Clan and began a worldwide crime spree under his new name.
Now you face.
I love those old movies of Ninja Turtles.
You know, I wonder, did he mean to name himself after a cheese grater? Speaking of which, if his armor didn't make it obvious enough, Shredder's got a weird spike fetish. This guy's got him all over his legs, arms, shoulders, even his head.
That headpiece, the Kuro Kabuto, is a relic passed down through the Foot Clan for over 1,500 years. Forged from the totems of the clan's defeated enemies, it was formed into an alloy that's stronger than steel. Plus, it just looks awesome.
Obviously,
It does.
his armor is also a kick-ass weapon, and he can
I
cut
remember in
anyone
school,
down with the Tekko
people used to
Kage
draw different
claws
art
on
styles
his
of them, and it was
Which
amazing.
literally translates to back-of-the-hand hooks.
Perfect for backhanding. It doesn't cover all that much, but he needs freedom of movement because, he's a ninja. Plus, would you want to get anywhere near a guy covered in razors?
And I'm actually surprised he was never a guest
Ninjutsu
character like
is
Mortal
comprised
Kombat or
of
nothing like
18
that.
separate disciplines,
He would be perfect.
And Shredder is a master
They had
of
Ninja
all
Turtles
of
and
them.
Injustice,
This
so
includes stealth, espionage, pyrotechnics,
not unbelievable that they
horsemanship,
wouldn't
and
do it.
plenty of weaponry.
Yeah, like swords, spears, bow staves, and throwing weapons. But it's not like he needs them anyway. He's skilled in unarmed
he actually would be
combat,
perfect
too.
as a guest
Now
character
a
for Mortal
master of his
Kombat.
craft, the Shredder
Thinking
led
about
the
it.
Foot Clan to New York City.
Where he found out Hamato Yoshi wasn't quite as dead as he thought.
As a matter of fact, Yoshi had transformed into a rat person and was raising 4 adolescent genetically altered shinobi terrapins. But that's another story altogether. With his hatred
Yeah, I wanna
reinvigorated,
do a
the
backstory
Shredder
on that one
swore
as
to
well.
end
I
his
forgot how he
lifelong
turned
enemy
to a
once
rat.
and for all.
Every time Shredder fought these Ninja Turtles, he proved why he's the leader of the Foot Clan. I mean, he's strong enough to tear through steel shipping containers with his claws, chop down trees in one sword swing, and throw around mutants several times his size like they're nothing.
One such mutant, Leatherhead, weighs well over 300 pounds.
Alright, I know that's the official weight according to
I was
some
about to say,
toys, but
that's
look
it?
at him. Compared to the Turtles, he should weigh half a ton.
I was
Either
about to
way,
say,
the
he should be
Shredder survived
way
Leatherhead
more than
chopping
that.
down on his
To be
midsection.
Shaquille O'Neal
The
is weighs
strongest
more than
bone
this
in the human
dude?
body,
No way.
breaks
He
at
has to be a
pressure
few
of
tons.
About 1,700 pounds per square inch. A normal, unmutated American alligator can bite with a force of nearly 3,000 psi. And Leatherhead's bite is surely stronger.
Meaning Shredder should have split in half. But nope, he was back up kicking some leather butt literally 5 seconds later.
The Shredder is a cunning strategist and talented warrior. He's fought 8 mutants in combat all at once, disarming
Hopefully they do
every
make a new
single
live
one of
action
them.
Ninja
What's
Turtles.
more, while intimidating an Italian mob boss and his bodyguards, he did this. The most well-trained human eyes are capable of detecting movements occurring in 1/220th of a second, meaning Shredder's slash could have been even faster than that.
But sometimes Shreds needs just a bit more juice to get the job done. Literally, when you see him crack open a green one, he's not doing it to hang out with the boys.
In times of desperation, Shredder is known to resort to risking it all
I love
by
those
consuming mutagen.
Transforming him into Super Shredder.
He must have drank all of it. It's a super shredder.
While this form has given him different enhancements in different iterations, it usually grants him immense strength,
I forgot he
inhuman
had that.
durability, and even teleportation.
Kind of like a
and the
Bane
power to shoot
enhancement.
You know, that's probably because mutagen's not an exact science and it's bound to get random at times.
lightning. That's true, Boomstick.
I did a science.
Good job.
Well, he's toughed out a sword shattering against his skin and even falling around 1,000 feet onto a steel beam. Man, you'd think this guy would never lose anything, ever. But you'd also be super wrong.
Shredder has his fair share of downsides.
A
This
lot of
includes
losses.
a weakness to garbage trucks,
Oops.
newborn
Dang.
infants,
They're babies!
the power of music,
Oh my goodness, that's not
strange
fair.
fascination with eating his enemies,
Tonight I dine on turtle soup.
and wood.
Jeez, were the 90s always this stupid?
Yeah. Thankfully, despite his
It was
failures,
entertaining,
the
but
Shredder
yes, it
keeps
was.
getting back up, faster, stronger, and much more terrifying.
Shredder.
The true
He would be
battle
perfect as a guest character for Mortal
starts
Kombat.
now.
They should have had him instead of Conan the Barbarian.
In feudal Japan, a samurai wasn't your typical bodyguard. He was trained in the art of war and would only serve the elite upper class. Honor was the samurai's currency.
But for the Silver Samurai, Kenoichiro Harada, currency was just regular money, because that shit's useful.
Born into the Yashida clan, Harada was the son of a powerful Yakuza crime lord. Unfortunately, he could never inherit his father's empire for himself, because he was born illegitimately. A bastard.
Wow, wait, no need to throw insults around, Wiz.
No, the literal definition of Move on.
Wiz's judgment aside, without a clear future, Harada decided to, well, become a samurai, because why not? They're pretty cool, right?
Unfortunately, the way of the samurai no longer had a place in the present. Harada knew that in a world full of absurd superpowers, he would need to
I
dedicate
love
his
that
life to
movie,
the
by
art.
the way. Another underrated movie is The Wolverine. Personally, I liked every Wolverine movie. I know Origins had its problems. and I agree it had problems, especially like what they did with Deadpool. But overall, all of them were good. But this one was the best one. The Wolverine was, in my opinion, Hugh Jackman's greatest shape. There was a moment where he throws I forgot the guy. He plays Scorpion in Mortal Kombat, the movie. And he walks right to him, and the way he was shaped, I was like, that was Wolverine's best shape. Then the whole movie itself, the action was good. The ending with Silver Samurai, it was another one of them Shredder moments where it's like a big old machine. Didn't like that. But overall, first I love Hugh Jackman. The whole movie in itself was done very well, in my opinion. That funeral scene, that was cool. And it was a different take on what happens when Wolverine's healing factor doesn't work as well as it used to. I thought that was good. This is a whole... If you didn't see the Wolverine, go check it out.
They never seen before.
He wouldn't just be a samurai, he'd be a silver samurai.
Yep.
Well, blinged out like Exhibit's rims, he picked up on a few fighting styles. Not too many. Just Bajutsu, the art of horseback, Bujutsu, military strategy, Eijutsu, the sword-based quick draw, Tato Jutsu, knife fighting, Ninjutsu, being
Dang.
sneaky, Kyujutsu,
I didn't know all these
archery,
exist.
and, well, Jujutsu and Karate Do, which are both
I only know
forms
3 of
of
those.
unarmed combat. God, how many more jutsus do you think he can fit in his brain? I didn't even know there were that many.
At least one more, Kenjutsu, the art of Japanese sword fighting. After all, what's a samurai without a katana at his side?
Dead. That's what. In order to keep living, he had to get really good with swinging that sword.
Luckily for Harada, he soon learned he had one of those absurd superpowers for himself.
Yep, he's a mutant.
Now who's being insensitive? Harada has the ability to generate a tachyon field. With it, he can enhance his sword, allowing it to slice through almost anything.
Even ghosts!
In real life, tachyonic fields are hypothetical particles with mass, which travel faster than light, a definition which may explain how Harada's cutting ability works.
So he uses his power on sharp objects. Well, that's too bad for everybody in Silver Samurai's way, because he carries a lot of them. He's got throwing knives and shuriken ninja stars on hand for long-range attacks. And of course, he always carries that katana.
He's wielded many different swords, including the legendary Muramasa blade. However, he's not too picky about what kind of sword he carries.
With his power, any blade Harada carries instantly becomes one of the most dangerous swords on the planet.
Harada has one more trick up his sleeve, a teleportation ring. With it, he can warp around the battlefield for
That's
unexpected
right, I
strikes,
forgot about
and
that.
it makes for a good getaway.
Though he almost lost it once to John Belushi. You know, the guy from Saturday Night Live? Jocelyn told me about it once. It was weird.
After years of hard work, Harada was
Haven't heard
truly
that name in a minute.
masterful warrior. However, he still struggled to defeat one opponent, the Wolverine.
Who killed his dad and got engaged to his sister. Ah, the
Dang.
same combo. Oh,
Dang.
and she was next in line to rule the Yashida clan. Man, a triple.
Needless to say, a little miffed, Harada challenged his own sister for the right to run the clan. And he won, after she was poisoned by an unrelated third party.
Sometimes life just works out with...
I guess a win's a win, and that wouldn't be his last one. He's incredibly deadly in battle. He's so fast he deflects bullets with his sword, and once even sliced a speeding bullet completely in half. In this instance, the gunman was standing 15 feet away when he fired the bullet at approximately 1,400
Yeah, I'm
feet
still
per
going with
second.
Silver Samurai
This
hearing
means that
this
Silver
stuff.
Samurai was able to
Even
reach
with
for
that
his sword
injection
and
that
accurately
Splinter
cleave
can
the
have-
bullet in
I mean,
two
Shredder can
in
have.
just over 1/100th of a second.
Even if he didn't chop it in half, his armor is totally bulletproof. Shoot, it even let him survive a friggin' building falling on top of him. But without his armor, he survived taking a sword straight through the lung and getting run over by a car from the f***ing Jetsons.
He's
I was
no
about to say, what kind of
slouch on
car
the
is that?
battlefield either. He's knocked Spider-Man unconscious, shaken off hits from Cannonball, and even defeated Spider-Woman in combat. At one point, he was dogpiled by Daredevil,
I'm pretty sure Spider-Man was going
She-Devil,
easy,
along
and
with the Cheetah
just
and
like
a
him and
Panther,
Superman, they get
together
hurt
likely
because of
weighing
that.
over
If
600
Spider-Man
pounds in
went
total,
all in, I don't
and
think he would
threw
have
them
lost.
all off in one big push.
And he's always fighting with his #1 rival, Wolverine.
Speaking of which, while some may boast that Harada is the greatest swordsman in the world, Wolverine's frequently proven to be his better.
Yeah, he may be good with his blade,
if that's the case,
but
that
his
means Spider-Man
battle
could beat him.
strategy isn't quite as sharp. Also, his bulletproof armor doesn't cover everything, as seen here.
Well, even that was merciful compared to what happened when he went up against the 4 Black Samurai. Although Harada defeated them all against impossible odds, he ultimately succumbed to his wounds.
And when he arrived in hell, Harada met the devil, who promptly killed him again by cutting off his head and smashing his corpse into mush with a soul-destroying sword the size of a school bus. Damn! Never let it be said the Silver Samurai isn't hardcore.
I did not know that comment. Goodness
Last
gracious.
chance, Harada. Yield. The Silver Samurai yields to no man.
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
Yeah, I don't see Shredder winning this. Silver Samurai. Based off looks though, Shredder looks a whole lot better. But we're talking about death battle here. Fighting to the death, I'll take Silver Samurai.
You are no match for the Shredder.
The Shredder. Fall back. Here we go. I would love to see behind the scenes of how they make this stuff. This is really good. He's like, I ain't jumping on no trees. Trees gonna get out my way. That's what they gonna do. Oh, I thought he sliced. I was like, whoa, already? Dang. Woo! There it is. It might not be it though. He gonna inject himself. Yep. Dang! I was wrong. I was really wrong. Goodness gracious. Whoo! I misjudged this that ability he has when he ejects himself. I misjudged that one. Goodness
Both
gracious.
Shredder and Silver Samurai were incredibly tough, capable of withstanding tremendous amounts of pain.
They should put Shredder in
Harada's
Mortal
armor
Kombat.
may have been tougher, but it had plenty of exposed weak points which a fighter as precise as Shredder could exploit.
Silver Samurai could throw around 600 pounds of people and cats, which is technically stronger than anything Shredder's done. But Shredhead's handled equally mighty mutants plenty of times, like Leatherhead.
While the Silver Samurai's teleportation ring did make him harder to track, he's always preferred to use it as a means of escaping a battle, not really engaging.
That was a fun game. I remember
Even
that
when
game.
he did use it during combat, his moves were often predicted by more experienced opponents.
This guy likes to come at me from behind. Just trying out one of your tricks, Tin Man.
Given Shredder's talents and history, it's reasonable to believe he could do the same.
Still, with Harada's Tachyon blade and Shredder's ninja precision, they only needed
I thought his
to
blade
land
there when he
one
had his
fatal
powers
hit
was gonna
to
take him
finish the
out,
fight.
but
so the
I was
real
wrong.
question was, who could land the killing blow first?
Silver Samurai's best speed feat, slicing an incoming bullet, clocked in at 1/100th of a second.
I misjudged that
Shredder's
ability
fast with
Shredder
an
has
eyesight
with
feat
his
measured at
that
4,000ths,
injection.
making him over 2 times faster than Harada. To be blunt, Shredder's fastest known attack was quicker than Harada's fastest known defense, proving that Shredder could deal a killing blow first.
Or, you know, he could just turn into Super Shredder and beat the shit out of him. I mean, Super Shredder can lift and throw a giant oil tanker like it's a beach ball at a rave.
That's probably heavier than 600 pounds of people and cats.
Looks like Shredder was too much for Silver to tacky on.
That should be a fatality in Mortal Kombat. When he was holding his head right there and squished it. Alright, well there you have it. Shredder wins this battle. That was a mistake on me. I definitely misjudged that transformation he has when he injects that green. I forgot what that stuff is called. But I definitely misjudged that. Without it, Silver Samurai was winning. But this is a death battle. Ain't no without it. You can't just remove stuff away. So Shredder took it. Honestly though, what my main thought was seeing this video was Shredder should definitely, I keep saying this, but it's true, put him in Mortal Kombat as a guest character. That should work, in my opinion. You see how he took Silver Samurai's head and with his look in the shadows and stuff? That could be a fatality. He works perfectly for Mortal Kombat, in my opinion. Anyway, let me know in the comments below other reactions you want me to do when it comes to either death battles or other verses. There are other channels that does verses as well. And yeah, let me know what your thought was on this. Who did you choose in the beginning? I chose Silver Samurai and we saw the end. So what was y'all's? All right, I'll check y'all later. Take care.